It gets about as much oil and gas from Russia as it does from Brazil, and Vladimir Putin would be
I just got that on camera. No, Bubba, come on. Holy crap, I just got that on camera. Come on. Yo. Hey, you good?
Are you okay? Hold on, man. I'm gonna call 911, okay?
Holy.
I'm on the phone with him.
What in the frick? Oh my god, I'm shaking. I got that on camera.
Trade with the global south is spread thin. Its commodity imports from such countries can also be easily replaced. It gets about as much oil and gas from Russia as it does from Brazil, and Vladimir Putin would be
Connecting to the emergency call center.
connecting you to an emergency response.
Oh my god, you idiot! What is wrong with you?
Whoa! Oh, shit! Whoa.
Oh my. Could have been a lot worse. Sorry.
Could have been a lot worse.
I didn't see him coming.
Oh,
did
it's
you?
okay.
What do I do?
Pull over there.
Wow.
Oh, shit, bro.
Yo, are you good? Alright, damn, bro.
It's basically a highlight.
Oh shit, babe. Oh shit. Should I put my hat? Oh babe, I'm gonna cry. Do you gonna get out and help him?
I got
I
titties
don't
on
know.
there.
I don't know.
Oh.
Oh shit.
son of a fucking bitch!
You fucking idiot! You fucking idiot! Oh, hell no.
Oh my god!
What the fuck?
Dan er jo tungt her.
Ja, du er vel langsommere foran.
Så bremser der fullgas òg.
Ja, noch gut weiterkommen. Långsam. Jetzt? Ja, fahrt? Hä? Ihr fahrt nicht? Na.
Work out the back on envelope that I'm going to pay that difference back into this in a couple of years. If the Nissan doesn't have that cost benefit ratio, and I suggest it probably won't, because it will be more expensive, it's tax newer, and it will be a little bit less fuel efficient based on what we've seen coming out of Japan.
I can't believe you did that, mate.
The four-wheel drive version will have a much more powerful rear motor.
Why did you did that for?
Where do you pick up?
Why did you did that for?
Green,
and it's stop, right? What? You didn't give me any time, mate.
Sorry?
You didn't give me any time.
Going and stop. I did because I want
Hey,
to
mate,
go,
stop
right?
screaming. Stop screaming.
Okay, give me your license.
Stop screaming.
Give me your license.
Get out of the car right now.
Right, 59. 68 not from front.
10-060, I have a vehicle that's interfering. It's a gray Infiniti Group 90 Eastbound 90.
065 gray Infiniti interfering eastbound 96.
The male driver looks Hispanic, white skin, black hair, with a red and white jacket.
Driver with a red and black jacket to the side.
And there's two vehicles now, and this is Infiniti right in front of me trying to interfere from this pursuit. We're about 100 miles an hour. The fleet vehicles in lane 1.
Harlow and Carol, I'm with them, and I see the Infiniti as well.
The Honda has a flat tire, the rear right tire is flat. This car is falling apart from the rear bumper.
069 Honda has a flat tire falling apart to the
Exiting the High Point. Sorry, we were coming from Highlands when I originally stopped him. He yelled out the window that he has a kid and he's losing control. We're on an off ramp. He's lost control, faced the wrong way.
Can't hear me.
065 the vehicle is lost control, exiting to High Point from Highlands. Subject to the child in the vehicle to the
We have my patrol car. Now he's going westbound and eastbound lanes, and there is a kid in the vehicle, and there's another female in the passenger seat.
So start a rolling, slow down. So just, yep.
Do not follow the wrong way. Try to follow the right way, and ultimately we'll get it set up again. It goes back westbound from High Point. I tipped over, take it from the correct lanes of traffic.
1268, we're starting a rolling, slow down. Okay, there it is right there. Okay, easy, easy. It's spinning out. Now it's facing the right way, it's in the ditch. Go, go, go.
Yep, looks like I got one WSP and two, looks like Seattle's lighting them up. They're stopping here. South Alpha, please. Just over the train tracks. Vehicle stopped. The connector's only come on.
Starting when my vehicle stopped. Commitment suddenly stopped, please sit.
Got the driver door open. Looks like passenger door open as well. Hands up.
For anyone advising driver to open hands are up,
Which such that was?
which one?
13 down.